I was standing in line at the store the other week, and this fella in the front of me had a cart that was absolutely loaded down with lawn stuff, bottles, bags, a couple of those, fancy hose end sprayers, the works. It had to be well over $100 of product sitting in that cart, and he didn't look happy about it. He looked like a man paying a bill that he resented, and I stood there thinking, that right there is the exact thing that I started this channel to talk people out of. So I figured I'd catch you up on what I've been doing because it all ties right back to that guy and his miserable shopping cart. So here's what's been eating up of my time. I've got a little experiment running on my own yard right now that I'm pretty excited about. I've split off two sections of lawn that were just about the same, like, sorry shape, and I'm treating one of them the cheap do-it-yourself feed the soil way. I'm always going on about that way of doing things, and the other one I'm babying with the kind of store-bought stuff that most folks think that they're supposed to use. So they're going to get obviously the same weather, same watering, side by side, and I'm just tracking it because I'm tired of people, including me, saying that the cheap way works as good or better without something to actually point at and say, here's the proof. So I'm building the proof in my own yard 1 week at a time. I'm not going to spoil where it's headed, partly because it's not done, and partly because that's a whole video on its own um, that we're going to put out down the line. But I'll say that I'm not nervous about the outcome. Alongside that, I've gone a little deep on soil lately, maybe too deep, my family might say. But I built up a proper compost pile that I'm honestly a little proud of, and I did some simple tests to actually understand uh, what my dirt's made of instead of just guessing at it. I've been treating my soil like a stranger for years, throwing stuff at it and hoping. And it turns out 10 minutes of actually paying attention told me more than all of that guessing ever did. I found out a couple things about it that explained problems that I'd been fighting for ages. Because that's the whole thing with me. I believe if you understand your soil, half your lawn problems solve themselves for free. And you just, you just stop needing that cart full of bottles. So I've been getting to know mine properly for the first time. Now, on the channel side of things, I owe a bunch of you replies. The comments really stacked up, and a whole lot of them are folks asking some version of the same questions. Like, does the cheap homemade stuff actually hold up, or is it just a nice idea? Which honestly made me laugh because that's exactly the kind of video that we're making, or at least to answer the questions that my little yard experiment is built to answer. So hang tight for that. Now one's coming, and I'm going to bring the receipts. As for what's next, it's that comparison video. Once the two sections have had enough time to like properly show their hand, I don't want to call it early. I want to let it run until the difference, whichever way it goes, is undeniable. That's the kind of thing, like I said, is worth waiting for. So that's the state of things over here. The experiment's running. Compost is cooking. I know my soil better than I ever have. And there's a video coming that a lot of you have basically already asked for. It's slow, cheap, hands in the dirt work, which is the only kind that I really trust. And I keep thinking back to that guy in the checkout line, with his resentful cart. I really hope somebody somewhere is about to save him another $100 and a lot of frustration. If it ends up being one of you, then this whole channel is doing its job. Appreciate you being here, especially those of you, doing this on a tight budget. That's what I'm here for. So more coming soon.